Too hot to drink.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Coffee Time with John and Momma. I'm John, and this is Momma. We are opening mail this morning. Now, there's two reasons we're opening mail. One reason is it's been a minute since we opened any mail. The second reason is Momma will not, absolutely will not, let us move the mail until we thank you all for it. She is very conscious of that, and it's been in her dining room. And she said this morning, you're going to get down there and open this mail because I'm cleaning up the dining room today. I said, Mom, I thought we was doing blinds. I said, I thought we was doing blinds and windows.
It's too cold to do all of them.
She said, no. So I clocked in early this morning. We had a little breakfast. Now we're just having a coffee break. You know, you get coffee breaks even when you clock in for Mama. She'll let you drink a little coffee. I guess she'd rather deal with me with coffee as without, right, Mama?
That's right. I don't want you grouchy on me.
Mama, do I ever get grouchy? I mean, you know, I get a little...
The truth? Yeah, you get grouchy.
Grouchy? What do I do? You know, like when I say, now, you've killed me. I'm going to sit down.
Yeah.
Or when I say, Mama, we have gone and go, it is time to take a little sit down. You're like, no, let's get, and I said, no.
You're like your daddy.
Yeah, I can't just go for hours and hours without sitting down or taking a break or quit doing something. Let's just finish this up. Ooh, she rough. She's strict and she rough.
I can't hold out to do it now, so I ain't rough as I used to be.
Lord, Mama, let's open mail before you say something to hurt my feelings.
Oh, boy.
You can't hurt my feelings. I'm just sort of, you know. Okay, let's start right here. Let's start with a neighbor. Well, look at this beautiful book. This book is full of wonderful Tennessee, Taste of Tennessee, and we're going to fix some of this stuff. Brenda Chambers from good old Knoxville, Tennessee. Brenda, we're neighbors. We can be over there in just 2 shakes for lamb's tail. Look at this. Here is a surprise sandwich spread. You can't see, can you? Get something.
Hold it through.
Look at all this. Look at this wonderful stuff in the Taste of Tennessee. Brenda sent me one and Mama one.
I think it's so nice.
Was that not so
wonderful.
sweet? Those will be collectors someday. Anything with Tennessee on it, we love. Brenda, you also sent this wonderful little extensions for Mama's jewelry.
Now, I don't know if that was her sent that or if I just got it mixed up with.
I think you might have got the. Brenda, did you send these?
Mixed up with.
Because you know what, Mama?
When they were moving stuff around and.
But you know what I think, maybe, Brenda, I ain't going to try to take credit for yours if you sent these. But you know what, Mama? You remember that day we come back from church and you had that bracelet on and all of a sudden it exploded and went all over the place in the van? And little glass beads.
I had that package. This was a new one.
Oh, this is a new. I had bought some of these same ones, Brenda. These are little extenders. Mama had this bracelet that just matched her pretty outfit. And we were coming back from church. Thank goodness it was back. And Mama moved her arm, and all of a sudden, I thought something blew up. It wasn't loud. It was just those little beads hit the dashboard.
And hit the floor, and hit the door.
I said, Mom, what on earth have you done over there? She said, oh, this bracelet just fell apart. Well, let me tell you what we did. Not to be outdone. It wasn't an expensive bracelet either, but
No, it was.
but it sure did match her purple outfit. Wasn't it purple?
No, it was the brown mingle.
A brown mingle. And she said, that just matched my outfit. Well, we gathered up all them little beads.
And for 2 or 3 times we kept finding another.
Well, we gathered up most all them little beads. Every once in a while I still found a bead. And I said, Mama, that was just a little tight. I need anybody to get some of those extenders. So, Miss Brenda, you read our minds. Mama needs these because
I don't
sometimes.
know if, like I said, if it come in that package or when they was moving around some stuff. If
Okay.
it is, I apologize.
But anyway, we appreciate it anyway, whoever sent it. And Brenda, I
Love the
think it was you.
cookbook.
Love the cook. And we're going to start cooking on some of these. Because looking forward to many visits. She says the cross and the flowers. So it was these for the cross and the flowers. Is that what that was for? Maybe.
Might have been, I don't
Anyhow, I found a little Amazon note here I was trying to read. Okay.
It don't go with that.
You see why we need to open mail more often.
It goes to that other packet over there.
And I think we've covered. So we've got, and then someone sent this little canvas bag, and it was probably in another thing. Do we know who sent this?
No, I don't.
I don't know who sent it, but I agree with every word of it. Life begins after coffee, and it's a nice canvas bag. Wonderful for toting around stuff. Mama uses these. She's got several of these different ones. This is her briefcase from one room to the other, or to church and home. So she'll put her Bible, and she'll put her, when she has paperwork and she's trying to keep up with something, you'll see Mama a little canvas bag, and here she'll go. And this could be not more perfect than life begins after
Who
coffee.
calls me, what's on Golden Girls? The woman that
Sophia. She is Sophia. Y'all know Mama on Golden Girls has that little wicker pocketbook on her arm all the time. She takes it everywhere she goes. She has it with her bathrobe. She has it everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Mama's that way with her pocketbook.
And bags like
And
that.
bags like this. You'll see Mama, and here she'll come with a bag. And I'm like, are you a bag lady? Mama, what are you trying to do here? And she's, I'm got my stuff in here.
Or you'll holler, Sophia, where you
Yeah, I'll say, or when we get ready to go to church, I call Mama lots of stuff.
Yeah, that's the truth.
I do. She calls me George. Go figure. I don't know how we got that.
I have it ever since you was little.
Yeah, and my dad called me JD a lot. We call each other stuff. So I call Mama Frida, and that's nothing against Frida, but when I, whenever you get ready to go somewhere, somebody will say, are you ready, Freddie? I'll say, are you ready, Freddie? It's just a rhyme. And I call her to the friend a lot of times. Used to, my dream was to open a restaurant someday and call it To the Friends. Mama's name is Frances. Her nickname is Tootsie. So somehow, over the ages and over the time, and Dad may have started it, I don't know.
No. It was you.
I started calling her To the Friend. I said, To the Friend, what are you up to? So sometimes I call her Sophia too. So that's my little nicknames for Mama. To the Friend, Ready Frida, and then I'll say, Sophia, you got your pocketbook. Are we ready to go, Sophia? So that's Mama's little thing. She's always got that pocketbook, and she'll carry it around the house. She'll come in from church. She'll set it over here on this bench, and we'll get lunch started or whatever we're going to do. And then I'll see her. She'll get her pocketbook, and she'll go to the bedroom. And then, she'll get it taken into the office because she's going to do something, maybe write a check. So at any given point of the day, you may see Mama walking around the house with her pocketbook on her arm. Truth?
Yeah, it's the truth.
I love it. I love it. Okay, next mail, Mama. Oh, let's do this big one.
Oh, you started with that one.
Yes, ma'am. What did I start with?
The necklace thing over there.
You want me to do it next? I haven't started with it, Mama.
Oh, I thought you said
No, you're just being bossy, Mama. Just tell me what to do. So then, what all goes with this, Mama?
There's another box inside, I think.
Okay.
Okay,
Let's start out with this one right here, and this is a beautiful. And you've already worn this, right?
Yeah, I wore it.
So we've already talked about this one because Mama's worn it to church on more than one occasion. Miss Pamela Schwartz from Indianapolis has sent Mama this beautiful, beautiful cross. Now this ain't the one in the picture.
Oh, it ain't, so I don't know.
Mama, have we messed up?
I think we might have, because those men moved.
The men done it.
Well,
Okay, someone, and it could have been you, Pamela. If it wasn't you, Pamela, if you're on here, Pamela, just comment, let us know. But someone,
yeah.
and I'm sure they've made this because it's that resin and it's some roses. Don't know if you'll be able to see all this, but it looks like some winter pansies, some jonquils, and some roses inside of this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful necklace. Look, I think we've shown this. I'm not sure. Mama loves it because it goes with purple, it goes with yellow, it goes with red. And you know, Mama likes a lot of red. Let me tell you a funny story. Right now she's trying to do it, I can tell. She's got on a red sweatshirt.
I wear a lot of red.
And she said, she had her sweater on because she's cool. She said, I'm going to change this red sweatshirt. I wore this the other day. I said, Mama, you've got 58 red sweatshirts. You wear red all the time. That's her favorite color. So I want to clarify, when you see Mama in red, it's probably not the same red one she was in last time we did a video. She wants y'all to know that because she said, I like to button this up. I said, Mama, you can't button it all the way up like that. You look crazy. So Mama's wearing a red, but it's a fresh one. It's a fresh red.
Johnny, I'm going to whip you when this is over with.
But anyway, Pamela makes beautiful necklaces. Hers looks a little different than this one. So Pamela, if you made this one, clarify and help us out. Mama and I could use a little help here.
A lot of help, I'm afraid, right now.
But anyhow, this has got significance for hers has got beads. So this breaks it down. The cross at the bottom turns upside down. Blue bead represents the water that covers the world. Flowers, wealth of the rose of the Sharon. The round leaf. So every one of the things in her crosses has a representative meaning. I don't think this is the same thing.
No,
And there's not a note on this one. And since Mama's worn it, we may have lost the note. And we apologize. We were going to do so much better. We're trying not to lose things, but when you live in a house, it's hard sometimes not to. The cross, I'm not sure. Pamela, if you did make it, let us know. If someone else did, let us know that too.
Yeah.
We would love to know who read it. Put your names if you send it. Some people send stuff from Amazon, but you can put a little gift note on it. We've got another one or two things here. Mom, I'll let you hold that before I mess it up. Pamela, I know, sent this. This is a beautiful poem just for Mama. And she says, please do not share online. And we won't. If you don't want us to share something, drop a note and say, please do not share. This reason I was saying, if you do send in a Dear John and Mama letter, if you don't want it shared, you're going to have to indicate that. So I'd like for you to sign it, please share, and put your name. Just so we'll be sure we don't share nothing that you don't want shared.
I hate to say it, this was before Valentine's Day.
Before Valentine's Day.
This heart and stuff.
Yeah, these beautiful earrings, and Mama loves this royal blue. I'm trying to hold them up so you can see them. So, look at that. Don't dangle. Quit dangling. Turn. Look at it. It's got a rose. It's got a beautiful blue stone. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
She made those, did she not?
I think so.
And this heart.
And then this heart was on top of it as the tag, the hang tag. Is that not neat? Thank you, Miss Pamela. And okay, so let's put this. See, this came in this kind of bag, and then her name is up here. It's a little easier for us to keep up with that. But we did stick an extra cross in there, so. But the cross was because this letter was in there. I'm not sure. We didn't get a cross that looks like this one, so that's the reason we thought maybe then. I'm not sure.
It's in this mess world.
I'm not sure what's going on. Your mama.
No, I'm not.
Okay, so that's that. And here is. Oh, put your cross back over here. This book here is another no name. We do not know who sent this. It's not on the Amazon packaging. Nowhere. There's no name.
No gift thing.
And there was no gift thing in it. So if you sent this, please let us know. Gather around our table the Bordeaux family favorites. So I'm assuming it's from the Bordeaux family.
I remember now getting a card or a letter that said that. Go ahead.
Mama's doing some thinking. She's come up with something that says, gather around our table the Bordeaux family favorites. A collection of recipes written by Kenny and Denise Bordeaux in Ocean Springs, Missouri. So I'm not sure who sent it, but here's who wrote it. Kenny and Denise Bordeaux. Okay, and it is beautiful. I mean, there's no pictures, but I've gone through the recipes. Here is sweet potato crunch. Is that not wonderful? I was reading through this the other night. I thought this stuff would be good. Here's Chinese fried rice. Here is chicken Florentine. I love to make the chicken Florentine. We make something similar to it, but I'm going to go with this recipe and make some broccoli and rice casserole. Some of y'all have been asking about broccoli and rice casserole. We do a couple of broccoli casseroles, but we don't do a broccoli rice. May have had it before, but These are some wonderful recipes. It's similar to what a recipe book might look like if our family made one. If I asked all the family to join in a recipe book, send in your favorites. Here is fried chicken. Here is fried catfish. Fried. We love fried. We're Southern.
Yeah, I did remember. And that the same as the book?
It is, Mama. Was you holding that information?
It come in a letter, I think.
But here's brisket baked. It's wonderful. I don't know if they're selling this or if this is just their family and they just shared it with us. Here's a full cover picture. Here's a main dish, okra seafood gumbo. You know, I was just asking for gumbo, and here's a wonderful gumbo recipe. This arrived February the 1st, it says. So see, we are behind. That's just
That's through that sickness. I didn't do nothing.
So that's it. Thank you from the Bordeaux family. We will be using that. Mama loves cookbooks, and I thank you all. I say this often, but it's because I mean it so much. Thank you all for loving my mama. My mama is one of the sweetest ladies that God ever gave breath. And I know there's so many precious mamas out there, and everyone thinks theirs is the best. But Mama is wonderful, and she don't even like a lot of stuff. And I mean that in a good way. It's like she don't require much. A homemade something, a card means as much to her as a string of pearls or a diamond ring. You know, if you give Mama a diamond ring, she would say, "Oh, thank you, I love it," and she would just be so thankful. If you made her a cookie with that same enthusiasm, that same heartfelt love, she would love it, and she adores it. A note, don't even have to be a card. You know, just drop a note, and Mama's like, "Look how sweet," and I want to keep that. So she is just one of a kind for me. And you all love her so much, and you send her so many wonderful things. And you know she loves cookbooks. You all send cookbooks. It's just the little things that mean so much in life. And we appreciate it. I appreciate it, and I thank you all for loving Mama. Okay, more mail. This one right here. Now, let me just tell you something.
Amazing.
Let me just tell you something, Miss Angela Britt. Miss Angela Britt,
Way overdone.
you overdone yourself, girl. You just, whew. And y'all gonna say the same thing. You're gonna say, Angela, what was you thinking, girl? We thank you, Miss Angela.
That's wonderful.
And you sent some things we've never had, we've never tried. Some of it we have, but
And
I'm
a lot
gonna.
we've already used.
Some of it Mama used. So, Angela, you've seen our need and you answered. Angela says here, Dear John and Mama, this was supposed to be delivered before Christmas. I apologize. So it's your late Christmas and New Year's presents. Thank you both so much for taking time out of your schedules to make videos. I love watching you all, whether you are outside cooking or just telling stories. Stories of the days ago. It feels like I'm in the kitchen with family. You both are truly a blessing to me, and I am always looking forward to your videos and posts. I have included some beef jerky for Maggie, and she's already had some of that.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been using on this because we've had it a little while. She's went on here to put on some more stuff about Hellman's mayonnaise was on sale. That's what we do, and so we love that. I won't read all the rest of it, but thank you so much. She sent a little recipe typed out here. Ham delights. I'm going to try those. Angela's from North Carolina. And look at this thing here she sent. I've never seen this before, Angela. When I first opened it, I thought, what? Look how seen one of those. I think that would be wonderful. It's to icing cakes. But look here, that's a spatula kind of thing. You can see that in it. It does all kinds of stuff. It's kind of like tongs or I don't know. I just think it would be neat to use. So that's the first thing. She also sent this little thing here. It says, God save the Queen, and it's a queen bee.
And she sent a jar of honey, I think.
And a jar, and this would be Mama, queen bee. Mama's the queen bee. It's a dish towel. It's one of the, what do you call this material, Mama? Like a old
Domestic or cotton.
damask or an old flour sack, almost. Very, very neat. So that's two of the things that Angela Britt sent. Well, Mama, I tell you, I came home, Angela, the day this came. I'll give you a little insight. Mama had put all this stuff in, and she said, I cannot believe.
No,
I cannot believe this. This is being, and this is what I'm talking about. If you had sent a fur coat, Mama would have been as much as she is these groceries. Angela sent us a pounding.
Yeah.
Do y'all know what a pounding is? A pounding is a southern term that we use here. We don't use it much anymore. It's sort of like one of those old forgotten terms. But used to, when a man and woman got married, we gave them a housewarming shower now, or whatever other showers they do. But back in the old days, they would take them a pounding. And that was the boxes of food and maybe a cast iron skillet. It was stuff for them to start housekeeping. My granny used to say, I used to hear it all the time. I don't know if that term is even used anymore. She said, I've had that ever since I started housekeeping. And it was just sweet. Also, pounding is also a Christian thing that they used to do when they got a new preacher. They would take him gifts for coming and preaching back in the day, and that was a pounding. But a housewarming shower was a pounding when you first got married.
It was necessary things.
It was necessary because they probably, was just starting out and didn't have anything. But, Angela, I'm just going to scan the camera. Here's the little box. Can y'all see this, Angela?
There's 4 or 5 boxes.
It was in Mom's condensed it down, and then we did use some of it during the snow, Angela.
Yeah.
I have never, ever had this green split pea, and I want to make some split pea soup. She sent 2 packages of those. Thank you, Angela. Here is some French's ketchup. I love French's mustard. I'm going to try French's ketchup. Here's the honey for the honeybee. Here is some active dry yeast. This is a thing of lemon dill sauce. Never had that, Angela? Gonna have it. I love lemon. I love dill. Can't imagine that wouldn't be delicious on something. Angela, you probably have created some old habits in here for me. I will probably find some of this stuff that we never had before, and I love it, and I'll be getting it. Y'all do that every once in a while. That barbecue sauce we used the other night, I love that barbecue sauce. Never had it, but I'm looking at it. It's online. Here is the Hellman's mayonnaise. It was on sale. Here is, y'all know, Frank's hot sauce, my absolute favorite. Here is some peppercorns. These are all, everything in this box and this other box are all practical, everyday, usable items for, here is the chicken base, low sodium.
I
Angela?
love that part. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I just ran out of my Better Than Bouillon chicken the other day, and I thought, I've got to get to the big store. And I said, I got some in that box, and I'm going to get that out and try it. This will be used probably before too long. Here is some celery salt. Now, Angela, I don't know how you did this, but I don't have any celery salt. We got celery seed, but I don't have celery salt. Here is some magic seasoning salt. Something new I want to try. Here's some Mrs. Dash extra spicy. I do have some of this, and I love it. This just goes on and on. Here is some organic curry powder. Angela, you know we use curry powder in
there.
our...
was just talking about curry.
Yeah.
Curry powder.
I know. This is just above and beyond. This is just wonderful, wonderful gifts. Here is some Knorrs. Now, this is a new product for me.
We used to get a Knorrs vegetable deal.
A dry powder. This is the beef base, like the chicken, but this is Knorrs.
I had never tried them.
I can't wait to try that. You have introduced us to all kinds. Here is rum extract.
And
That's
I don't have that.
We don't have that. It'll be good to put into some cakes or muffins. This right here is seasoned salt from Great Value. Never tried it. That's a lot of it, though. Now, this is just the little box, folks. Angela, you sent us a pounding. And we're going to try some of this stuff. The split peas, I've heard of split pea soup my whole life. Never really made it. I'm going to make some. And I'll share it with you all. Here is another...
A lot of it I've opened and put it.
Oops, I just hit the microphone if y'all heard that horrendous noise. Look at this, folks. This is just a lot of food. This is a couple of trips to the grocery store. This is a new product for us. Red Lobster biscuits. I love Red Lobster biscuits. I have tried some semi-looking, but never the Red Lobster brand on the biscuits. I'm going to try those. I'll try those with you all. She has got tons and tons. Here's 2 boxes of those. We'll try those for sure. I didn't realize there was 2. Here is some lemon poppy seed muffins.
You love them?
I love lemon poppy seed muffins. I love them. So I go to the bakery. Mama is so famous, popular with her friends. Here is coconut flakes. It's time. It's Mama's car wash. Now that's your nephew. Now don't leave us, Mama. You ran that once. Here is some white navy beans. Y'all know white navy beans. This is just like the little, the big navies. We use those sometimes too. This box is just stocked full. Stocked absolutely full of, here is red beans. Like the kidney beans. I could have fixed those for the red beans and rice last night. Here is enriched long grain rice. Angela, you are amazing. And we will use every bit of this. I didn't even go through all of it. But thank you, thank you, thank you. That was a wonderful, thoughtful gift.
Olive oil and more stuff, like I said, I've done.
Olive oil and some more stuff was in there. Mama said we didn't use some of it.
We used it through the snow.
We needed it, Angela. Thank you. All right, Mama, have we got anything else smell-wise to open?
I couldn't find anything else. I know there's a package at the post office.
You've kept up with it very well.
But I've not got down there to get it yet. I mean, I went and they wasn't open. And I went last.
Mama's little remodeling job, and we were going to show it to you, and it's just not finished yet. Mama don't have the stuff in. Mama wants it to be just right. It's not anything big. Don't get all like, oh, it's not a kitchen redo. What we had, and I'll go over it just a little. We had 2 top cabinets and 2 bottom cabinets in our sunroom, and that was a little coffee station we had set up in there. And those cabinets matched the kitchen cabinets, as you see these kitchen cabinets over here. And so there were just when we done the kitchen, we put that in there for coffee station because you know coffee's a big part of some of our lives. And it came in handy when we have dinners. And we have a refrigerator just on the other side of the wall of the kitchen for our guests. And it's just an overflow refrigerator. We used to keep drinks up there. Anybody who's come to our house, the family, they know where that is. And they know, go get you something. We'll wait on you. We'll make you some coffee. We'll get you some food. We'll pour you some sweet tea. Mm-hmm. But really and truly, if you're a family, just go get what you want. You're home. When you're at Mama's, you're at home. And she'll tell them that. And the kids know that when they come here, they get what they want to eat. They go get them something to drink. They're free. This is the house of freedom. Mama loves it. Cute little story. Last Easter, I think it was. No, not the last. So, last time we had dinner, 2 of the girls wanted to spend the night. And I overheard them. They didn't know I was in the house even. And I overheard them, and one of them said, let's ask Aunt Tootsie if we can spend the night. And the other one said, come on now, you know Aunt Tootsie, we could move in here if we wanted to. She don't care. I loved it. I love knowing that they know Mama loves them so much that she'd take them right in. And they're free here. And that's what that whole remodel is about. So we had a section of doors. We had 2 doors, and they were big doors. There was over 6 feet of doorway and doors. And we used them, we closed them, we kept Maggie in her room. So those doors stayed out in the kitchen all the time. And so we took those doors out, we lessened that doorway. It's still a 4.5-foot doorway. And it goes into the sunroom. And then we moved that wall down just a little bit. And we took those cabinets that were in the sunroom and just brought them around into the kitchen. So Mama would have somewhere.
But tell them why we moved them. We couldn't buy none.
Right.
Like these.
So, Mama, we didn't have that much counter space for like the mixer. Now she does have a stand mixer. She won't use it, but it's held in the cabinet. And she didn't have as much counter space. So that was the whole purpose of doing it. Just narrowing that doorway down, bringing those cabinets into the other wall. And it's taken a lot of, sawdust and So everything in the house had to be cleaned. And she moved the baker's rack down and put all her cookbooks on it, because the baker's rack is a prime piece of furniture in this house, because that's always Mama's cookbooks. And it's always got her cookbooks on it where she can grab them. We used to keep the cookbooks in another room in a buffet, and Mama never did go in there and get them. I said, Mama, these are your cookbooks. This is what you love. We're going to put these in where you can get to them. So you've loved that, haven't you?
Yeah. You can see them.
And you can see you today, Mama. You're way back there.
I'm not that far back.
It just looks like it. I promise you, I don't have her in another room. We're sitting elbow to elbow. But when I turn this way for the camera shot, it makes it look like I'm 2 feet in front of her, but I'm really not.
We're touching. I can't get no closer.
I'm going to put Mama here and I'm going to sit over there.
No, you're not either.
Okay, but anyway, that's what we did. It's just a small project, really, as projects go. But the guys who do it, they come in between their other jobs, and so it's taken a minute. But Mama has been...
Our sickness held them off, too.
Our sickness was the biggest problem. But Mama is meticulously going through each cabinet, all the other cabinets, and rearranging and getting the scope of what she wants. And there's stuff piled on that cabinet over there right now. It's all Tupperware.
I've washed all of that back up. And
but Mama says, don't be showing it until we get it fixed. And we got one more piece of trim or two to go up. And so once they get everything finished, we will show y'all.
And you had a fireplace put in the sunroom.
A gas fireplace with auxiliary heat. The reason why I put that in there is we've got one in the living room. And Mama loves the fireplace. She likes to sit in front of the fireplace. The fireplace here goes from early November through March. Mama loves the fireplace. But
I guess that goes back to where I was raised with. That's how we heated, was a warm morning heater and a fireplace and stuff.
Right. When our electricity went off for that time, I decided that night we need another fireplace, another auxiliary heat in here, because it was either that or one of those that hang on the wall. And since it was a sunroom, I opted for a mantle and the whole thing. It was a little chilly in through there. And about the only room that was warm and toasty was in the living room where the fireplace was. But now if you turn on the one in the sunroom, which is on this side of the kitchen, the one in the living room on this side, it heats the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
So Mama could be warm everywhere. If the electricity was off for days, she could still stay warm. And plus, it would keep the pipes from freezing. So that was the reason that we did it. But the second reason was, in the living room, if y'all have this problem, you know what I'm talking about, that's where her thermostat is.
Oh, yeah.
So when she turns the fireplace on, it cuts the heat off for the whole house, because the thermostat says, woo, it's good and warm. Then when you get ready to go to bed, it's cold through the rest of the house. So...
I don't mind that cold in the bedroom. But...
she can go in the sunroom and have it all day long and not have to worry about, I'm going to turn it off so it'll warm up. She kind of gets that on her mind. So, anyhow, that's the only remodel we've done. So some people said, is those a new cabinet? No.
Oh, no.
No, we don't do all that mess. We're long timers on stuff, like my phone. When I get a phone, usually I keep it till they say, look, John, we're not going to service this phone anymore. You're going to have to go get you another one.
They wasn't that nice to me.
I like change in some things, and some things I'm slow to change on. I really am. Like the kitchen, I don't have no desire to redo something like that.
Thank goodness for that.
Mama says I'm a domino. She says you'll do one thing and you do the whole house, and you have to fix everything.
But on the cabinets, it wouldn't be hardly any trouble at all, but we couldn't get them to match ours. So the sunroom matched ours.
Right. Push that toward the sunroom up. And then I bought some different cabinets to put out there, because we still have the coffee station out there.
And we put a buffet that we wanted to keep.
We used a piece of antique furniture that Mama had and used it for the bottom. And then we'll show y'all of it, but I don't want to build it up. We've talked about this remodel for a month now.
But it ain't nothing, really.
It ain't nothing. Don't be going off, Lord, I didn't do nothing. It takes a long time to do anything. It takes a long time to... But
drug it way out.
Yeah, drag it out too far. Let's see what you all are saying. It says, "Hello, Mama. Hey, Cheryl, how are you?" It's the comments if I froze y'all.
No, they're moving.
Oh, they're moving now. Joyce says something's on our main page. Yeah, there's most of our information is on there. Whoever you're talking to, Joyce. Hello from Alaska.
Ooh.
That was our one of our destination locations. Mama even had a trip planned to Alaska when COVID hit.
My trip paid and everything ready.
And we had to cancel because of.
They wouldn't let us travel.
I wasn't going. Mama was going. Mama's going with her girls. And when I talk about her girls, I'm talking about her group of friends who are just like family. And they get together and play cards on Mondays, used to. And they had the best time. And it was a wonderful time right before COVID hit. Mama, you, 2 or 3 years, you just went down there. They did it longer than that.
Oh, they've done it for years and years. They're just a bunch of good Christian women and stuff and everything. And I was close to their old son was older than me and son was younger, but we all just went together and just loved each other.
And they met every week and had lunch and played Phase 10. I called it gambling, but it really wasn't. They would all bring a gift. One would bring a gift each week, and they would rotate it, and they played Phase 10. Whoever got the best score. So
we told them, everybody would say, "What is playing?" One of them would say, "A kid's game. We're not smart enough to play anything else." There was a group that played there that played bridge and stuff, and they said, "Is that bridge?" And they said, "No, we couldn't play that."
And with COVID, that came to an end. And that's when I got Mama involved with Coffee Time. I was doing Coffee Time by myself because Mama had nothing to do with it. She would leave the room.
That's right.
If I even started to do a video, she said, "I'm going yonder." So I done a lot of them in the car. I done a lot of them at my house, just different things. You can't, So I tricked Mama. I talked Mama into making some no-bake cookies.
I wished I never made cookies.
Oh. Mama. She's lying. Because she'll say, "Now let's get on here and get this done. Let's do this. I want to cook. What are we going to cook tonight?" And she loves it. She loves being with you all, and she loves her Tupperware family.
Yeah.
So the Lord has provided Mama with some interest and some things to do, and you all have kept her busy with the cookbooks, and we thank you so much. The church thanks you. And we do. Our cookbook is not one that Mama and I wrote. We've got 6 or 7 recipes in it, but our cookbook is a collaboration, old-timey church cookbook. Everybody brought in recipes. Our preacher's wife gathered them all up, typed them all up, sent them into the publisher, and we got it back a completed cookbook. Mama, do we have a cookbook?
It's on the cookbook rack.
It's on the cookbook rack. But we'll show you that. We'll do a thing on the cookbook. We're going to cook some stuff out of the cookbook. In fact, I've decided, according to what comments I received, that's what we're going to do for our first joint recipe. Now, let's pick a date. We'll pick a time. I'm thinking probably a Saturday or a Friday evening, because I know y'all got homework to do with kids. I know you got ball games, and Friday night may not be the best night either. Maybe a Saturday at this time of the day would be a good time. I don't know. Y'all tell me that part now. We've got the Dorito casserole we're going to do. Let's see what's going on here. Somebody's making we've been getting, oh no.
What is it?
It's getting snow for the past 4 days. Now it's raining, turning to slush. Oh, Tana, that is awful. I don't care for, I like snow for a moment. I like the kind of beautiful snow that lays in the trees, makes them beautiful, makes the grass beautiful, and then it's off the roads in 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I don't like much of it. 1 or 2 snows a year. Around Christmas time is a pretty snow time. But by the time January's over, I'm ready to say, well, no more snow. We voted you out. But we'll take what we get, as I always say.
They listened to us this year and not snow no more.
Oh, I know. It's awful. But anyway. So we... what was I saying, Mama? talking about something.
Oh,
The cookbook.
yeah.
So the cookbook
I'll
is a
do it
collaboration, and we could cook on a Saturday and do the Dorito casserole because that's a good Saturday lunch. You all let me know. I'll read the comments and we'll talk about it. We'll set us a date and a time. And what I want to do is I'm going to give you all the recipe days ahead. Get you go to the store, get what you need, and then we're going to cook it together. We want to do a one pot thing. We want to do something that's kind of liked by a lot of people, but you can always leave or omit. And we just want to cook together, and then we can all sit down and eat the same thing together. Wouldn't that kind of be neat? And some of y'all say, "Oh, I couldn't make that." Well, yeah, you can. We'll walk you through it step by step. And we can do the same thing with other foods, and we will. So this isn't a one-shot thing. It isn't like, yeah, I like Dorito casserole. Dorito casserole is just a taco casserole.
Yes,
basically.
the lady that put that in our deceased now.
Yeah, it was something that our cousin Carol put in the cookbook, and she passed away.
Last June.
It'll be 2 years in June.
2 years.
But we'll do that Dorito casserole. Our preacher's mother-in-law brought it the other night to WMU Brotherhood, and it reminded me of how good that is. It's just a good taco casserole. It's just a good flavorful thing, and you make it with Doritos. Which you can use any kind of brand of chip you want. Doritos is just the brand name that's called, I guess. So we'll do that one first. We'll set us a date and a time, and we'll get together and we'll cook, and I'll show y'all the recipe. It's in our church cookbook. If you have our church cookbook, you can go ahead and be sharpening up on it and get the ingredients. I don't know what page it's on. I'll tell you that.
Check it out if I can find the book.
If you can find the book, Mama. I don't think I've seen it over there when I was putting those books up.
Oh yeah, it's it may be
I don't know,
right
Mama.
here.
I think it's over here.
I think it's right there too.
But anyway, we'll do that, and then but we'll do other things. We've done biscuits and stuff.
You'll have to find it because I don't have my glasses.
Here's the church cookbook if you've not seen it. That's not our church, but it kind of looks like our church. Let's see. We can find Dorito casserole right here in the index. And I can tell you what book and page it's on. That's names in index order. And here's index of recipes.
Main dish.
And you come right over here. Dorito Bake. I've been calling it casserole. It's on page 25 of the cookbook. It's Dorito Bake. Get it right, John. You've been telling them the wrong name the whole time.
They would have never found it.
So here's Dorito Bake. And let me go ahead and go over the ingredients. So in case you're going to the store today, it's 2 cans of I always have trouble, crescent rolls. I always want to call them croissant rolls. Was that crazy? Crescent rolls. 2 cans of crescent rolls. 1 small sour cream. 1 small hamburger meat. 1 package of taco seasoning. 1 small jar of pizza sauce. 2 packages of shredded cheddar cheese, and 1 bag of Doritos. That's it. I know there's not a lot of specifics in there, but you can make this according to the size you want. So a small sour cream would be just a 16-ounce thing. A small hamburger meat, we would probably use a pound.
We'll probably hyphen most of that stuff.
And a package of taco seasoning is just the packages you can buy. I buy mine in bulk, so I'll just measure mine out in probably 2 ounces. That's what's usually in the packages. A small jar of pizza sauce, that's just your favorite ragu or whatever you want to use. Or you can buy literal pizza sauce. We will use ragu or Prego. 2 packages of shredded cheddar cheese. We buy the big pack, so we'll probably just use one of those. Or we will shred us some if I've got a block of shred. And 1 bag of Doritos is just the family size pack, and you just crumble them up and use them. It says spray 9x13 pan with cooking spray. Flatten croissant rolls in the bottom of the pan. Leave no holes. Bake at 350 degrees for 12 minutes. Brown hamburger meat and drain. Mix in taco seasoning and 3/4 cup of water. Simmer for 5 minutes. Cover croissant rolls with layer of sour cream, followed by the hamburger meat. Cover with a layer of pizza sauce. Top with cheese, crushed Doritos, and cover the cheese, and then cover it with cheese. Bake for 15 minutes. That's a good live time for us to do, we can put that in the oven, we can sit here and chat, and then we'll be through. So that is the Dorito Bake, and it is very good. Here it is. I can show you if you want a screenshot. It may be backwards. I'm not sure. But that is the Dorito Bake that we're going to make as a group. It's going to be our first group recipe. We'll do it together. We'll do it step by step. We'll let you all take time to do it. We'll put it in our ovens and we'll bake it, and then we'll get it out and we'll cut it and we'll eat it. We can sit here and eat the same thing together and enjoy an evening or a day of Dorito Bake. It's on page 25 of the church cookbook. Well, I've got the church cookbook. I'll do a little commercial here. So this is our church cookbook. And here is the dividing pages. Here is appetizers and beverages. And it's beautiful. They did a wonderful job. And here each page, and someone asked me how many recipes. I've not counted them, but you can see how many's on one page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on one page. And they go through that way the whole way, and there is of recipes, including individual dividers. There's 57 pages. That's the last page of it. It's a huge collaboration of recipes. And behind every one of the dividing pages, like here it says this is desserts. Over here is some helpful hints for desserts on the next page. Tons of helpful hints. Just like grandma or your mama sitting there saying, now here's what you need to do. Keep your eggs at room temperature to create greater volume when whipping your egg whites for meringue. So it's just good old country helpful hints that someone has told someone at some time, and it's been most helpful. In the back of it, talking about doing a pounding or a housewarming, here are some basic pantry basics. If you have someone that's going to be doing a housewarming, here's some stuff they need to know they need to keep in their pantry at all times. Staples such as baker's chocolate, baking powder, baking soda, barbecue sauce. I know people who get ready to do a recipe and they go and buy every ingredient for it. They don't keep nothing. You know, they just don't have any food except I'm going to make spaghetti, go to the store, get spaghetti, get whatever you need for it, bring it home.
I changed my mind too much.
Mama keeps stuff here. We can change our mind a bunch of times. Here is some herbs and spices and what they do and how you use them in your cookie. Here is some baking desserts. This is for perfect pies, for perfect cakes, and for perfect cookies. Instructions on how to do that. And down here is times and temperature chart. Here is vegetables and fruits, and it tells you that cooking methods and times for different vegetables. Like, did you all know artichokes, you should boil them for 40 minutes. I didn't know that. I don't do artichokes, but there it is. I could have, if I do one, I can look on that page and see. Here's vegetables and fruits, buying fresh vegetables, how to do it, how to store it, what's the best way to do it. Then if you want to get fancy, which everybody does there once in a while, as Mama says the other night, putting on airs for the company. Here is folded napkins. Now, don't tell me y'all fold your napkins at every meal. Some of y'all may. If you do, congratulations, you're wonderful. But you might fold a napkin for Christmas or Thanksgiving when the whole family's coming on. Put you on some airs, as Mama says. Here is napkin folding, and there's more than one. Here's one. Those red ones, there's some green ones, and they're all different folds and ways you can display your napkins for your guests. Here is your equivalency charts. Here's your measurements, substitutions, and your equivalency chart. It's tons of information. If y'all have one, comment on here. Tell us what you think about it.
Your young bride, those are helpful hints in there.
Here's food quantities. How much to cook for how many people. Let's see what it says about coffee. Coffee, a half a pound. 25 servings is a half a pound. 1 pound is 50 servings, and 2 pounds is 100 servings. You know, I needed that not long ago. We were having something, and I needed to fix coffee for 25 or 30 people at the church, and I thought, I wonder how much coffee it would take to put in this huge
See if you just read the book.
percolator. If I'd have thought, I could have looked at this book. Here is cooking terms. You may not know what cooking terms, especially if you're a new cook.
And if you talk like us,
if you talk like us, you probably said it wrong, because that's what we do. You may not know if I say mince some onions, to chop food into very small pieces. You may not know what minced is, or minced garlic. Au jus, served in its own juices. Juices. It's easy for me to say. Crimp. If I told a new cook, crimp that pie dough, would they know that to seal the edges of two crust pie either by pinching them at intervals with the fingers or by pressing them together with the tines of a fork? Mama crimps her pies. It's just wonderful little information like that.
I use forks on my fried pies.
Mama used a fork with the fork tines, as it says. So that's our cookbook. It is $17. That includes shipping and handling anywhere in the United States. And it'll come to you just as soon as Mama gets them out. It'll come in a manila-looking package, and it'll have one of our little coffee time return labels on it. You'll see it. And here's where you send it to, the same place you're going to send those letters to John Davis, P.O. Box 918, Jellico, Tennessee 37762. You can make your checks or your money orders out to OMBC or to Oswego Missionary Baptist Church, which is a mouthful, or you can make them out to John Davis. And I don't cash them. We don't keep the money. I would never keep a dime of anybody's money. If somebody thought I owed them a nickel, I'd give them a dime just to make sure I had it covered. We don't cash your checks.
They're directly deposited.
Directly deposited in the church account. The bank we use knows us. They've known us for 50-some years, ever since Mama and has been there. Mama is the treasurer at our church. So she takes care of all the church finances. And they have never turned down a check you all have sent. Some of y'all put different stuff on them. Besides John or OMBC, some of us put church cookbook. That's fine. Coffee time. They've always taken because they're direct deposit. We've never cashed a check. Never. A check has never been cashed from the church account that someone's sending for church ever. So that's just not a practice that we do. So anyway, that's the little lowdown on the church cookbook, and that's the information. I'll post it underneath this live as soon as we get finished.
You're talking their ears off.
Mama says, shut up. Good on. She want me to clock back in. Now don't.
You told me this morning you was going to adopt me.
Huh.
Your coffee break is went over, so I may have to dock you.
Oh. She was sitting right here drinking coffee or whatever she's doing. I said, Mama, I'm going to dock you if you don't clock in. We're going to get this done today. Now those words are committed to haunt me. Did you see it? Yeah. Mama says, you don't never quit talking. And I don't. I apologize. Y'all probably tired of hearing me. I apologize. I just go, I don't know. It's just like I get on here with y'all and we're at home. And
it's just like when they're over here. You don't quit talking.
Me? Mama, you chase them out to the car.
Well, I like for them to be here.
Y'all know about Southern Goodbyes. Mama is a card-packing member of Southern Goodbyes.
You've talked about me and Molly all the time.
Mama, it's with everybody. If it's not bitter cold, if it's bitter cold, she don't go to the car and talk for 20 minutes. But if you come over, it's a goodbye. Well, we better go. That's how Southerners say, I'm out of here.
Well, you'd be nice and follow them to the car and talk to them.
Southerners will say, it's been good to see you and good to visit for me, but we better go. And you say, well, stay a while. We didn't even get to do, and you tell them what you didn't get to do. And then you say, well, we're going to go. We're going to head on out. Let's get everything gathered up here. And then you head to the door. And then if it's summertime and the air conditioner's not going, you open the door and you stand there with your hand on the doorknob and you talk for 5-10 minutes and say a few more things. And then you go on out and you get on the porch and then you talk. And then somebody like Mama will turn around and say, here, have you ever seen this flower before? I'm going to give you a cut. You hold on just a minute. She'll run in the house and get her a wet paper towel and get a little cut on that flower and stick it in it and wrap it up and let them take it home. But you don't say thank you for that because if you do, it'll die.
Or I say, I forgot to give you so-and-so. I'm going to go back and get it.
And you wrap that you wrap that plant up in that wet paper towel because you've got to punch them on your porch and you want them to have one too. And then they take it and you walk them out to the car. And they get in the car and they roll down the window and you stand there and you tell them to be careful. And you tell them to come back and you talk a while and then you let them go. And that's just a Southern goodbye. Some of y'all out there are saying, yes, I know. I've been there. That's the Southern goodbye. That's just the way we act down here.
If they've been here, they know.
If you've been here, you know. And you better go ahead and allow for that. If you're wanting to be home, say, by 8 o'clock to watch a show, you better start leaving by 7:15. It's going to be a 45-minute process.
Not that. Oh.
But one thing you know, when you get in that car and you're driving home, you know you are welcome. You know you are welcome because they wouldn't hardly let you leave. But anyway, we love y'all and we just say have a great day today. Do something fun. Make some memories. Clean. Even if you're working, make some memories. We'll probably be back tonight and cook some because I can feel that I'm going to be hungry later on for some supper after Mama works me.
I'm not going to work that much. I can't hold out no more like I did.
Mama's can hold up better than I can. On her slow days, I'm like, whew, maybe I can keep up. Y'all have a great day. We'll see y'all next time, if it's today or if it's tomorrow. We ain't even decided what we're cooking for Southern lunch tomorrow, but I guarantee you it'll be something if it ain't nothing but a grilled cheese and a bowl of tomato soup.
Yeah, or a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It don't matter.
Good stuff. All of it's good, ain't it? Say goodbye, Mama. Until
Goodbye,
next time.
Mama, and God bless you all.
Bye, y'all.